Hey everybody, it's Chris here at Kambeo, and today we're going to be walking through how to register your nonprofit or charity on the Kambeo platform and get started using all of the features and functions right away. The first thing we're going to do is register a new user account. Everybody on the platform has a user account, and then you are a part of different groups, nonprofits, or charities that you might administer, but you can also be an actual user on the platform out supporting causes in the community as well. So I'm going to create a quick user account here by simply putting in my email and a password and answering the question of whether or not I'm 18 years or older. The only other thing we require is a profile image, and you can either select some of the ones provided or upload your own custom image as well. Click on Create Account. Now be landed on the setup page, which is the first page that we drop users on when they sign up to a new account. Now, all of these different flows will get you also to the place you need to go in order to create your organization's page first. But instead of doing that, I'm going to go up here and do just that step explicitly. So creating a group and creating a group page on the Kambeo platform is the equivalent of creating your nonprofit or charities page. So we're going to click that and walk through the steps. First one is to select the type of group. We say it's a nonprofit. We're going to say that we raise $10,000 to $50,000 a year, and we're going to call our nonprofit or charity the Kambeo Cares Group. And I will just take a description that I have copied here and pasted in, that this group is committed to providing our users with the best support possible. We select our location settings, country, state, and default time zone. And we will select our classifications. These are the UN classifications for nonprofits. In this sense, we'll use education and research and higher education. You can then add any kind of cause tags that you would like, and these help when people are searching the platform for your charity or nonprofit. I could add children and youth and continue to add any causes that I like. There is a pre-populated list, but you can also type any of the other tags that you might want. So in this case, we might say we want to support or add the cause support. Go to the next step. This is an optional step at this stage. If you are a registered charity, you can enter your charity ID here. You can also do this later on in the settings area for your charity or nonprofit page, and I'll show you where to do that as well. The final step, also optional, which is to add a Stripe account. In order to accept donations or run fundraisers or do anything monetary, then you need to have a Stripe account attached. Now, you can do this now, or you can also do this later too. So I'm going to click on the Connect a Stripe account to do it now. At this stage, you would simply log into Stripe with your username and password, and that would be all you need to do. I'm going to skip it in this test environment, and it's going to redirect me back to the step we were on for creating our page. Click on Finish, and as you can see in the background, my page has been created. There's a couple steps here that just introduce you to the platform, as well as a quick tour that tells you where you should go next and some of the things that you can do, including creating pages and adding content to those pages. And finally, the Manage button that you will want to remember, because this is the only place you need to go to manage your organization. I'll close that, and we're now landed on our ready-to-use nonprofit charity page. We actually have nothing else here to do except for continue to customize and set it up. So if I click on these images, like other traditional social platforms, you can customize the profile and the cover image. I'll use the Kambeo logo there, and I will upload a cover image. And that's really it to customizing the page. The color in the background will modify based on this color as it uploads, but there's really not much else that I need to do to have my branding applied. The next step is to go down to these tabs, and you see that they are pre-populated with different components that are available. These components here, you can see the Add New Component button, is a library of components that we continue to add to that allow you to customize these pages. And these can be anything from a basic description component that allows you to put content, text content, image content, and links, all the way up to more complex components like the event component that is the container for all of your events, whether that is a free registration right through to a full-blown gala. We've set out a default for you so that you can customize that. You can drag and drop these components to reorder them, or you can add new components or remove components from any one of these pages. There is a pink button on the right-hand side that allows you to customize what those tabs are, as well as reorder those tabs by dragging and dropping. Now, we'll set up a couple of things here to introduce you to the Manage tab where you configure your charity or nonprofit group. And many of the topics in the follow-on videos will go in more depth into each one of the components and how you can customize those. The first two things that we would want to set up as an organization is one, be able to accept donations, and two, be able to start accepting volunteer applications. If you click on any of these, they will give you a direct link to the setup section, but I'm going to close that and click on the pink Manage button. As I mentioned, this is the place you will always go to manage your organization. You can see we've already set up our payments. This guided setup will help you as well as you create your page and configure your page. If we had not set that up in the wizard, this would look like it was not complete yet. So a couple things we're going to do is click on the settings tab here, and there's a long list of settings that we will eventually cover in different videos as well. And as I mentioned, the two things we're going to set up is first, being able to accept volunteer applications. These volunteer applications are synonymous with your call for action. We would like to have a button for our charity that anybody who is looking to volunteer can come and put their name on the list. It may not be that we have a volunteer opportunity today, but we would like them to be able to volunteer or apply to be a volunteer of the organization. We can apply custom application forms, which will be in a follow-on video on how to manage your volunteer applications going forward. There is an option here as well if you would allow people to create third-party fundraisers for your organization. This would be similar to third-party crowdfunding campaigns where somebody in the public wants to simply run a campaign, a peer-to-peer fundraising campaign or an event on your behalf. And the last one we will set up is just down here in the donation section as to whether or not the organization is currently accepting donations. And of course, there are a number of settings that go with setting up donations in terms of the levels, the preset levels that you have on your page, as well as things like descriptions and then tax receipting. These will all be covered in follow-on videos as well. Now, after making some of those changes, I will simply go back up here and to the link here, which is Kambeo Cares, which will take me back to my my page. The dashboard icon up here is also your navigation item to find the different pages of your platform. And so if I click up there, you'll also see the Kambeo Cares group that we created already, and I can get back to it through here as well. And that's it for the first video on how to create your group page on our platform and be ready to accept donations, volunteer applications, and third-party fundraisers. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.